hmm Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our social media pages. We're streaming live from everywhere. We're streaming live from my YouTube channel, Uplift past Crossroads. You can see it right there. We're streaming from Justin's YouTube channel. You can see it beneath where his name is, Chaplain's Log. We're also streaming from, oh, it's not going to be on his TikTok, but that's Melvin's TikTok, right there, M. Hart. So like we're streaming in a lot of places, So make sure to follow us on our Facebook pages, Sean Christopher Jenkins. Our names that you see, Justin Lee Howell, Melvin Hart Jr. All right, but we're back at it again for you guys. So all of us are married. We all have been married a little bit, you know. And this video is for anybody who wants to know what love is. Like one question I want you guys to think about Justin and Melvin. We'll do a video on it, but like somebody asked me a while ago. They said, how do you know if they are the one? How do you know if they are the one you should be with? If they're the right one for you, your soulmate. How you know if they're the one, all right? And so we're going to be talking about love a lot on on our YouTube channels, and it's all going to be hitting on and related to 1 Corinthians 13. So for this video, we're going to talk about love is kind. You guys remember that in 1 Corinthians 13, it says love is patient, love is kind, love does not boast, it is not selfish, just stuff like that, right? And so if you look at that text in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, you can break down every single video. Like you can break down a whole series on each part that it mentions, and like really break down like and see, if somebody really truly cares about you, love you. But that text isn't limited to love or marriage. It's also just talking about agape love, just true love for your neighbor and stuff like that. But anyways, for this video, we're gonna talk about love is kind, right? So the first question I got for everybody is, and you guys can answer it in the description of the. You guys can answer it in the comment section of wherever you're watching from, on Facebook, on YouTube, just wherever you're streaming from, LinkedIn. But this is the question: what does love is kind mean in practical terms within your marriage? So this is the first question we're going to tackle, and it's related to, again, 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient, love is kind, right? All right, so I'll let Melvin and Justin go ahead and take this away. But yeah, what does love is kind mean in practical terms within your marriage? And again, we're going to be talking about our marriages and just giving relationship advice when we talk about this. All right, so which one of you guys want to go first, man?
I'll give it to Justin first.
Okay.
All right. I think that's I guess like the first thing that comes to my mind is uh this book that was talking about like what love and kindness what love is in the context of marriage. And it was saying in the Bible, love is like an action verb. It's not I think in today's society we kind of think from the movies or from like media that you just kind of fall in love. It's just something that happens. But no, the Bible is very clear, and we kind of lose the context because it's been translated from like Hebrew and Greek and whatnot. That it's something that we commit to. It's like an action. So kindness is kind of the same thing. I remember a more recent apologetist, I think Robbie Zacharias, coining a term called loving kindness, and it's like making the decision to care for somebody, to actually love somebody. And I think there's a big difference with kindness is that, well, there's a big difference between nice and kind. We're nice to people because we want people to like us. Like we kind of, when you're nice to somebody, you're just doing something nice. When you're kind, though, you're doing nice things for the sake of the other person. It's not, you're not expecting something in return. Nice is so people like you. Kindness is because you want to do something for them. So that's a very general term for like what kindness is. In the context of marriage, loving kindness is like waking up every morning and deciding that you're going to love this person. Like lots of people think love or your attitude are just something, it's just what you feel or it's just how you feel when you wake up in the morning. I never wake up in like in a good mood. Like not a lot of people wake up in a good mood. But if you want to, if I treat my wife the way that I feel, like that would be very unfair to her. Like I make that conscious decision to work for her and be kind for her, not because I expect something in return, but because like I've committed to her under the eyes of God.
Amen.
Sorry, that was a long explanation. I felt like I had to add a lot of context before what I
Man,
wanted to say.
it was shorter than my intro, so you good. You want to go ahead and go, Mel?
You said something interesting. You said that you do something nice for them, that you don't look for nothing in return, and that's true because I mean you want that person to love you back, So if that person love you back like they say they do, then whatever you do for them, you're not looking for them in return because in the long run they're gonna return it back to you in your way, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So and you made a good valid point on that, man, because a lot of people they how can I say this? They That's how they treat God, point blank. When if I Lord, if I go out and give this dude my last $10, you're gonna give it back to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not how it works. That's not how it go. You don't expect a blessing because when you give a blessing, you should be giving from your heart. You should be kind enough to say, here, man, I
Mm-hmm.
care about, whatever you're going through, even though it's not my business, especially if God put it on your heart. But when you're doing it in marriage, it sends a message to everybody else. And not only when you're being kind to that person, you're creating a bond. I've been married for 26 years, and you know, it took me a minute to understand what that means, but then after a while, I understood. And in the long run, that's what you want. You when you be kind to a person, you want to create that special bond outside of sex. It is what it is.
Mm.
You want to create because quite as kept as men, as men, and I heard this from my dad, my granddad. It's not always gonna be there. The sex part ain't gonna always be there. So what do you have to grasp after it's gone? What do you have to grasp? There's a Christian station, so I'm trying to keep it Christian. But after the sex is gone, what else do you have to keep y'all together? And that's why I say being kind, because through kindness you are creating a bond.
Mm. I
Yeah,
like that.
I had to look up what kindness mean, but like just to like, what does love is kind mean, man? Like it means to be gentle, to be helpful, to be affectionate, to be tender, show concern and care, like to show selflessness and compassion and understand and sympathy. I keep on going, like it's not one thing. Like,
Nah,
like love is kind. Like
Mm.
I would argue kindness is love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like without showing kindness to somebody, you can't say you love them. Like I can't
right,
stand Christians say like I just had to tell this person this. Like, like I just had to say this because God told me to say it. Like, bro, there's a way to say things, and there's a way not
right,
to say things. And there's a time to say things, and there's a time not to say things. And to
right,
ignore, and just to only focus on what to say. To only focus on I gotta say it, right? Because God said I gotta say no, like sometimes God wants you to just shut up. Sometimes it's better
right.
just to be there and be
Yeah.
present, right? And that's what kindness is. Kindness is care. Like I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Like, one thing I don't care. I don't care. Like with Charlie Kirk, like I feel like Charlie Kirk was very talented. And
Mm-hmm.
that's not even a
Yeah,
debate. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't reach that many people for nothing. Like he had a huge calling on his life. But one thing I don't like, and I think he could have did better, was just showing love, showing kindness. And
yeah,
that's what Paul's whole point is in 1 Corinthians 13. He said, like, how can you say you love your neighbor, love God if you don't love your neighbor? Like he
right,
said, I had all
Mm-hmm.
the gifts of the spirit. If I could speak in every
Right.
single language possible, interpret every language possible. If I, if I could cast out all the demons and I could perform all the miracles, raise all the dead, like if I could preach the best sermons ever. Basically, if I was Jesus, but if I didn't show kindness, if I wasn't patient, right? If I didn't show gentleness and compassion, right, and care towards my neighbor, like I'm nothing. Like whatever gifts I have that I just said that I had, if I had all of them, it wouldn't amount to anything, right? Because I don't have what matters the most. So like in a marriage, are you kidding me? Like let's go back. I want to focus on Charlie Kirk again. Like like with him, like did he truly love his neighbor?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Like you can't say you love your neighbor if you just talk to them however you want to talk to them. Because
Right.
if you were around black people, you would know how to talk to black people like that. I guarantee
Yeah.
you went to a place where all black people, like Tennessee State University, that's a great example because what happened at TSU like this year. Like you went to a place where all black people and you talk the way that you've been talking, they will let you know what they think.
Yeah.
To rouse them up like that, right? Just to get your neighbor that kind of just to make an atmosphere and create a atmosphere of that kind of hostility, that kind of hatred, that kind of like just that atmosphere. That's not of God. Like I don't care.
Mm-mm.
Like it again. The scripture gonna do that too. Like you could do that with the Bible and what God
Right.
eats, right? But
You
just
can
to do
weaponize
that,
it.
yeah. But just to do that out of your own, volition. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Like your own, you get what I'm saying. Like I don't.
Yeah.
And so, like in marriage, are you kidding me? Like the reason why I wanted to do this video, like the question was, what does love is kind mean in practical terms within marriage? Like if you don't do that with your neighbor, like if you have to be careful how not everybody lives like this, but I think Jesus did. Like you just can't say what you want to say to people. And some Christians think that they can't do that, but I don't agree.
Yeah.
Way you can do that. Like you can't just say what you think, how you feel to any and everybody. It's not acceptable. Because some people, I'm not even gonna break that down. And then also, yeah, let's just go there. So, like, if you can't say everything you want to say and what you really want to say, and just speak your mind, like that's being selfish, right? That's not love. And then
Right.
that's also not being kind. Because what if what you have to say isn't kind to your neighbor, isn't considerate, right? Isn't sympathetic,
Yeah.
like what they're going through, the struggles that they're facing, right? And so if we don't do that to our neighbor, and this is a high standard, what makes you think you're gonna do it in marriage? Like
Yeah.
the question
Right.
was, what is
Oh yeah.
what
Absolutely.
does so that's a high standard, right? You know what I'm saying? Like with just your neighbor, you can't just act how you want to act. You can't just say what you want to say. You can't just do what you want to do around your neighbor. And how many people
Mm-mm.
do that? So don't say you love your neighbor. Don't say you love God, right? If you just live how you want to live and you don't care how it affects other people, because that's not biblical. There's many
Hey,
stories in
Sean,
the Bible.
no,
Yeah, go ahead.
you made a point because it's not what you say, is how you say it.
Right.
But where is the love that when you talk to your neighbor all ludicrous?
Right.
Where is the, and that's why I said earlier about, when you show kindness in your marriage, you create a bond. Because what if one day your wife is going through something and you're not being sympathetic to her feelings? You create a hostile area. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said when you kind to your wife, then you're creating a bond. You creating a certain environment,
Yeah.
and it's so needed in marriages because we leave out a whole lot in that kind, because that kind of word, it does go far, really
Yeah.
far. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Like I want to say, like kindness is such a big thing, but it's a
Yeah.
little to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be kind in so many ways, and you don't even know you're being kind. Like with my
Right.
spouse, that's a high standard. Like how I am with my spouse, I would argue I have to be more kind, more patient, like more gentle, more unselfish with her than with anybody, right? Because like that's how much I love her, right? And if I love her,
Mm-hmm.
I will be kind, I will be patient, even when I don't want
Yeah.
to. Like even when circumstances or she puts herself in a situation or us in a situation where I don't have to be kind. Like everybody else would tell me not to be kind. And that's another example too. Like don't say you love somebody if you can't even be kind to them. Like that's something so
Yeah.
basic, so simple. Like it's foundational. Like it's not even something to negotiate about. Like like don't tell me you love me if you ain't kind to me. Like
Yeah.
who ain't kind to me? People who hate me. Who ain't kind to me? People
Right.
who are my enemies. Like what I'm saying? Like you can't even be kind. Don't say That's not even in the conversation. Like, what does it mean to be to show? What does it mean? Love is kind and practical terms in marriage? Are you kidding me? Like, to be considerate, to be patient, to to have generosity in every situation. Like, it's not a debate. Like, no matter what. Like, this is what you signed up for. This is what you said you would do when you made those vows when you got married. Like, and it's different loving everybody else, your neighbor. But I'm saying, like, when you love
Yeah.
your
Mm.
spouse, we ain't talking about your spouse. This is like Christ loving the church. That's what it says in the Bible. Like, when you get married, it's supposed to show you what your relationship with God's like. It's supposed to show you who you truly are. Like, marriage reveals things that you can't learn outside of being married. Unless you're married, there's just some lessons you're gonna learn that everybody else don't know. And you're gonna learn a lot about yourself.
Right.
That's the first thing.
Mm.
Like, but about your marriage partner, like, you gotta learn how to love them. You gotta practice what love truly means. That's what I'm trying to say. What kindness truly means. What patience.
Yeah.
So, like, man, like, being friendly. Like, how many people aren't friendly in a marriage? Like, towards each other. Like, how many people aren't considerate towards each other? Like, it sometimes the marriage gets to a point where, I'm not gonna be considerate or patient at all. Like, I'm not gonna be kind at all because they did this, or because they said this, like, or because this happened.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
are you kidding me? Like, like, is that love? Like, because the last verse says in 1 Corinthians 13, love never fails. So, let's be honest. Like, if you truly love somebody, like, and I think about, like, my mother's love. Like, I don't think there's any. It would take a lot. Like, hell would have to freeze over for my mom not to love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for my mom,
Yeah.
this ain't
Yeah.
my wife. This is my mom. For my mom not to come through for me. For my mom not to
Mm.
action with me. For my mom, for me to call her and she don't come through for me. Like, it's not a debate. Like, she does it. It's a default. I can guarantee, like, this is gonna happen. I could bet my bet dollar on that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, that's with my mom. Now let's talk about my spouse. Like, it's a higher standard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I'll let you guys go. I'm talking too much, man.
Yeah, I think it's really, yeah, I never understood like some of the friends who were like with people who, well, let me backtrack a little bit. You should definitely try to, you can't have marriage in a vacuum. You can't just like base like if you love somebody only when it's between you two. You need to see like how that person interacts with the community, how they interact with the church, how they interact with like God and other people. Because like I never understood like why some friends were with people who treat them well, they're nice to them, but then treat everyone else like crap. Because like how long is like that facade or image going to last of them loving their spouse if like deep down they're really kind of a like just a nasty person like that?
Yeah,
So you don't, yeah, the marriage, like how you show kindness, how you should love should be an extension of like how you treat other people or how you treat like the church as well, because one of those is going to last longer, and it's usually not the one that's in the marriage. It's how that person really is deep down, how they are foundationally.
yeah,
So I think it is very important to like understand the intentions of somebody. Something Sean said as well, and I can't remember what it was, but like oh, and like Mel was saying, like it's not what you say, it's like how you say it. Like a lot of people, this goes back to like see how they interact with people. Some people like to say whatever they want to say and just be like, I'm just telling the truth, or that's just the way it is.
yeah,
And like, or I don't know, I'm not trying to get political, but my dad really likes said he I asked him, why do you like President Trump? And he said, oh well, we finally have a politician who's like honest and truthful. And I'm like, yeah, but the words out of his mouth are like hateful. um
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's like I feel like people just say, I'm just being myself. Those are just words to like do whatever you want. And
yeah,
like that's not honesty, or that's not kindness, that's just being a jerk. I was gonna say a
Yeah.
worse word. I can't say that, dude.
right,
It's But yeah, we definitely need to see like how people act foundationally, because if they're trying to speak kindness to somebody, they're trying to put it in a way that helps them. They're not trying to get stuff off of their chest like, oh, finally I got that off my chest. No, communication takes work. Like Sean and I had videos about this before about how important communication is in a marriage. And you don't communicate just so you can get what you want to say off your chest. You
Mm-hmm.
communicate because you want to try to connect, make that connection with someone, like Mal was saying. You're trying to create that foundation or that link with somebody. You're trying to get on the same page so you can work together towards a common goal. And like in
Mm-hmm.
marriage, uh marriage, both of you should be running towards God. Like your goal is God. And if you're trying to communicate with your spouse, it's with the that goal of like running towards God. It's not so you can like be a man and like express yourself, or like I'm being a hypocrite right now because a lot of times a lot of things I say are just because I want to be heard, or I want to get things off my chest. But I found like that's not very conducive for a marriage in the long run. Like that makes me feel better for a little while, but does that work towards our goal of like running towards God? And like the answer is no. Like the reason we communicate, the intention has to be there. Like
Yeah,
Paul was talking
agree.
about like even if I did all these actions and didn't show love, like they're as worthless as like the clanging of cymbals. Same with like the communication. If my communication is only doesn't have the right intention behind it, like it's worthless.
Yeah, yeah. You you made a value point. You said action speaks louder than words, and that is true. You can say all day I love you, but at the end of the day, if you don't show them love, that's
Mm,
a whole different ballpark right there. Um, but the question I really want to know is what happens once you've been married for a while and you become unequally yoked? How do you deal with that?
mm,
You know, because it's times where it's funny how God said that. Well, in the Word, it says sometimes you're gonna walk alone.
mm,
Can you sustain your marriage when you're walking alone? Can you sustain your marriage when you feel like you're alone? Can you sustain your marriage when it seems like everybody around you is against you, even your spouse? But the
mm,
thing is, love is when they go out, and when you be in love and kind to that woman or man, you bring them back in, you reel them back in with kindness. You know,
mm,
um, it's deeper than what you think it is. It's deeper. Being kind to somebody is way deeper, way deeper. And sometimes as me, I ain't gonna lie, especially when you get to that sensitive side, you don't want to show kindness. You like, nah, I'm being too sensitive. But this is what I really want to say. Remember back in the day, I don't know if y'all ever heard this or not. They used to say behind every good man is a good woman.
oh yeah.
Mm.
I feel like that's a joke. I feel like it's a joke. I don't want my wife behind me. I want my wife on the side of me.
No, that's
Every
good.
step I take, I want her to take the same step. Everywhere I go, if we're gonna go together, I want her to go right there with me. Because I'm the man of the household, but when there's two parents involved, when there's two people in love involved, I want her beside me on the same level, not behind me on a different level. You know, I mean, to me, that's so important because a lot of people like, oh, I'm the man, and they take it to a whole different level. And it's like, well, where did she come in at? This ain't back in the 1900s, early 1900s, where women was beneath us. Nah, I mean, this is 2000, and you should be walking hand in hand with your wife, being kind with your wife, showing sympathy with your wife, just like you want her to show sympathy to you. So I don't believe in that behind every man. And I don't believe in the 50-50 since we at it. 50-50 is dumb to me because I don't want my wife give me 50% of her love and everything she got. I want all of it. All of it. So, that's I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm about to lose my voice. I'm gonna throw it back to y'all.
Man, y'all saying some good stuff. I remember I was talking to one of my associates from college, man, and like he just always says something to get under my skin. Honestly, like he said, I was talking to him about like I want to talk to him about relationship problems, like in my marriage and stuff like that. But like it got to that point, and like he basically said, "Hey, you just want me to sit down with you guys and like we talk it up." And so, and I said, first of all, that wouldn't be smart, like because like
Nah.
sometimes, actually, I would say the majority of the time, some stuff just needs to stay in house, right? Some stuff just needs to stay private,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to relationships and the marriage, especially because once you lose your spouse's trust, it's hard to get it back. When you lose anybody's trust,
You ain't lying.
back. But like especially your spouse should be more susceptible of like forgiving you and stuff like that and working with you. But still, you don't abuse that. And so many people abuse it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
And so, but like it's there, right? That grace should be there, like that love should be there, that patience should be there, that kindness should always be there, right?
Yep.
And it should be a guarantee. But like, still, you don't do things to hurt the relationship. But let me go further. Like Justin said something that was powerful. Like it's about building trust, right? Building camaraderie, building up unity, right? And so we're a team at the end of the day. It's a partnership. So like we do everything it takes to build up the morale. Like so that's the question. Like how's the morale in your marriage? How's the chemistry? The atmosphere in your relationship right now. Because one thing that's certain, like if you show kindness, like Melvin hinted at it. He said if you show kindness, if you show unselfishness, if you show patience, like you're just gonna be nurturing an environment that strengthens your marriage, right? Like you have to do the work to strengthen your marriage, right? You have to do the work to keep the marriage going, right? It takes,
Mm-hmm.
and so like it's not gonna always be easy to show kindness and stuff like that. But like I want to go back with that guy I was mentioning, like he said, like, yeah, I'll just tell her like what she need to do and she need to do this, do that. I was like, that's not your place. And I shouldn't even have to say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you can talk to my wife, right? And not just that. I know how to talk to my wife. And that's another thing, too. I know if you're not kind to my wife, she's like, okay. If I'm not kind to my wife, like, see, it's the higher standard. Like, if I'm not kind to her, she'll cry. Like, she'll shut down, like, and won't hear me because, like, well, she'll hear me, but like, it's just a traumatizing because of my mouth. Like, my mouth's very powerful. My words can be critical and harsh. So, like, I just have to be careful how I say things because I can't say it in the wrong way, and I don't want to do that with her. So, like, I have to be kind to her. So, like, just put her in a situation like that. Put her in a room and we just bash her what she need to do. Like what? Like if it hurts coming from me, just my mouth. What's it gonna do if I bring somebody else in and do that? And that's my wife. I gotta live with her. So obviously he don't care for her like
My
I
bad.
for her. No, you good. And he doesn't have to live with her either. Like or
Right.
that mistake, right? If we do it wrong, right? So like you know what I'm saying? So like that's another thing too. I was gonna say like I mean, you guys get it. You just can't sometimes bringing people into your relationship's a bad thing, right? Or just
Yeah,
asking
it is.
other
Yeah.
people.
There's something,
Like,
yeah, there's definitely some things you have to iron out yourself. Yeah.
yeah. But like
Yeah.
that's what kindness means in a relationship. Like sometimes like being kind is just being considerate. So like like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a little thing. Like but it's big, right? So like
Yeah.
like that's what I was saying. Like if I need to communicate with my wife about something, like we need to talk it out. Like that's between us. Like so that builds trust. So like what I'm trying to say is like we just got to keep on doing things to build each other up instead of tearing each other down. We got to keep doing things
Yeah.
to build up just everything good in the relationship. where the relationship's always being sustained and flowing and it's right and it's just bringing good things, right? It's all biblical. It's crazy. Like, yeah, you guys see what I'm saying, man. But yeah, what
Mm.
does love mean? What is the question was, guys, just in case you don't know, and you're just watching this video. And I'm gonna let these guys like go back to the question if they won't. All right. But the question was, what does love is kind mean in practical terms in a relationship? All right. You guys can see my screen, right?
You
All
brought
Yeah.
right.
up
You guys
a
feel
good
like y'all
point
answered
too.
the
Like,
question?
yeah, part of what you were saying too, like some things you need to like keep between you two. I think that is a big part of kindness is knowing what your wife, or I mean, knowing what your spouse needs at the time too. Because like it's kind of like reading through the Bible. Like two people can read through the Bible, read the same verse in the Bible, but they just depending on where they are in life or what gift they have from God, they're going to like interpret it in a different way. And it's not necessarily wrong. It could just be how the Spirit is moving through them or how God is communicating through them. Same with marriage. Like we like to show kindness is to kind of know where your spouse is, to
Yeah.
constantly be figuring out like what they need at this time. Like, do they need a little more community or do they need like a little bit of isolation? Like, do they need like alone time or do they need like cheering up? It's like I feel like that's a big part of like making the marriage work is just constantly evolving to figure out like what they need, like how can you love them. That's
Yeah.
like that's something I've discovered that try to ask myself more now that I have a daughter and now that I'm married, is like how can I love them, because like I found with my daughter, like picking her up and like picking her up and smothering her, or like making her stop crying right away, is what I want. Sometimes it's not necessarily what she needs. Like as a father, I've kind of been learning like sometimes what she needs is to be given the tools to figure out how to handle these things herself, or figure out how to process emotions when she's crying. Like to make the crying stop is not necessarily what she needs. Sometimes it is, but I found in some situations that's just what I want. Like I want the crying to stop, but that's or someone else in the family just wants like, oh, we got to like take care of the baby. And I think that's the same for marriage as well. It's easier to see it in children. It's harder to see it with adults, I found, in the spouse. Like trying to figure out, you just have to constantly ask yourself like, oh, how can I show love to my spouse right now? Or like what do I need to do to show love to my spouse? And the answer is going to be not only different for each person, but it's going to be different for each season of life that you're currently in.
Yeah.
Hmm. I look at marriage as a workout.
Mm,
And what I mean by that is, in order to get strong, you got to work out.
yeah. I thought you were going
And
to say it's like a workout because it's exhausting sometimes.
nah, nah. I mean, in order to have a good marriage, you got to work at it. In order to have a
Hmm.
good marriage, you have to literally. Um, Sometimes you don't want to live 225 that day. You probably have
Mm,
to go down some. And what I mean by that is sometimes you gotta bury your pride sometimes. And if you know you wrong, you can't be walking around like I don't care. I don't care. Because they ain't gonna do nothing but create chaos. But if you wrong, hey, man up. Hey, you know what? I was wrong. And I
mm,
ain't gonna lie, sometimes as men, we are prideful in those areas sometimes. But I ain't got no problem doing it. If I know I'm wrong, but if I'm right about something, until somebody show me I'm wrong, that's a different ballpark.
mm.
But as married men, sometimes we gotta bury our pride. We gotta bury our pride in order to show kindness to our mate. You know. Hmm.
Yeah, like what does love is kind mean in practical terms in marriage, right? Like so
Mm.
in marriage there's gonna come times where your spouse is just gonna fail you. And like one thing I can't stand is like with
Say it
movies.
again.
I said there's gonna come a time where your spouse fails you in a marriage,
Yeah,
and actually they're gonna do it all the time. Like you know,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
But
they're
yeah, that's part of being, yeah, that's part of being human too.
yeah, and like
yeah.
it's choosing to be kind in those situations, regardless. Like still showing up and showing
Mm,
that unconditional love, like that kindness, even when it's hard to show it. And so
Yeah,
like, and that's so powerful. Like it's really hard to love somebody and show kindness. Like when you all you want to do when you're so hurt, right? And all you want to do is just retaliate in a negative way.
yeah,
And you
yeah.
yeah,
don't know how hard it is until somebody you love truly hurts you.
Yeah.
And it's and you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like, like
yeah,
that's why divorce happens. Like it gets ugly sometimes. And like and it's really hard like to and it's actually impossible. Like let's be honest, like to show kindness in certain situations, like when a relationship gets to a certain point. But like that's the whole point. Like, like if you truly love somebody, man, you let go of grudges. Like, like you let go
yeah.
of
Mm,
things that you know that's not good for you guys to hold on to or for you to hold on to in a relationship, right? And then also if
Hmm.
you're really kind to your spouse, like if you've been failing them, like you wouldn't keep on doing the same mistake over and over again.
mm,
Like that's showing
Mm.
kindness. Like showing kindness is more than just the other person, like just showing kindness to the other person, and like just being nice or showing, spending quality time or and forgiving. Like I want I said something that probably went over some people's heads. Like, really showing kindness is like doing things that you really don't want to do because it's just shows your spouse that you love them, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I had it my way, I'd be a porn star. Like I would be a male stripper. Like if I had it my way, I have all the women. Like, if I had it my way,
Hmm.
but
mm.
like that's not loving the Maya. Like she already done told me.
Nah.
Yeah.
I want an OnlyFans page. Like I would love to be the number one person on OnlyFans. Like, but like Maya's like, no, you don't do that. And then she's like, you're a pastor. You can't operate like that. And my man's not gonna I want my man to myself. Like, okay, so
Mm,
let's show my
Hmm.
spouse love just by denying myself. Like, and that's just with me. Like, but there's many ways like a man has to deny themselves. And
Hmm.
Jesus said that. He said, if you follow me, you must first deny yourselves, then pick up
Right.
the cross, then follow me. You can't follow Jesus and
mm,
you can't you can't walk into his blessings and embrace all that he wants for you. Right. And that's included in marriage too. Right. You can't have the best marriage ever. You can't experience God in marriage. You can't experience healing in marriage. Right. Until you first deny yourself. And the
mm.
question is how many people have denied themselves? And that's real crazy. Like that's why the divorce rate is so high, because so many people are just in marriage for themselves, and that's the God honest truth. Like people are
What
married.
What do you mean by deny yourself?
When I say deny yourself, and Justin, you can answer it too. When I say deny yourself, like you got to deny what you want. You got to deny, what you think it means to love your spouse. Well, you got to deny what you think love is to your spouse, like or what love is to you, right?
Hmm.
So like I said, to me, like I'm so traumatized, right? That I think like women hitting on me, is love. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not
Hmm.
so when a woman hits on me,
That
just I have to
recognition.
deny myself, that temptation, right?
Yeah.
Show my spouse
Yeah.
love. Even
I
though
think that's,
I'm
yeah, I think
finally
that's a
getting what
big
I
part
want,
of like, yeah.
You
That's I mean, like, God does, I want to elaborate a little on that too. Like, God has given us desires. I don't think desire is necessarily a bad thing, but the devil has definitely mutilated those desires to think this is what
Man,
we,
say that.
and it's
Say
like,
that.
that's like a constant, like that's a constant struggle of like living in sin or living in the flesh now. Is like we do. I agree with Sean. We have to take every thought captive and figure out, now, is this desire of God, or is this like some mutilation of the devil that he wants to create a foothold for? So yeah, absolutely. You have to, I think Jesus practiced that as well by telling us. like we do have to deny like a lot of anger or like sinful desires as well, so that we can
Yeah.
be closer to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what does it mean to deny yourself, Mel? Like, also it's denying that you think you're right about everything. Like actually
Mhm.
Yeah.
spouse and listening what they how they feel and
Yeah.
and what's going on through their head. Because how many people are in a relationship right now that once they're both divided, like in the marriage, and they feel like they're both right about how they feel, instead of
Mhm.
actually hearing the other person out. Like deny yourself, like like the deny yourself is a beautiful thing because the minute you realize like how I feel about a situation is not how my spouse feels about a situation, and like
Yeah.
just being considerate that there's a possible different outlook on how something happened, right? Just being considerate of that is showing love, right? So like, and you guys know, like, shoot, everything can end up in an argument in a marriage, everything. It could be the
Mhm.
littlest thing, but just saying, okay, I see that, right? I understand that, right? And here's what I think, and then compromising, like figuring out a middle ground, right?
Yeah.
Cut it off, like, and not to deny yourself. Like that's what it means to deny yourself. Like it means so many things, like, right? And that's being kind. Like, and let's go back to being kind. Like when you first, before you even got with your spouse, it ain't everybody don't have the same love story, but I would argue a lot of people do. But like, you had to work to get your spouse, like at least from a man perspective. Like I had to work to
Yeah.
get mine, right? So that means showing kindness to her, like no other person has ever shown her. I already know. Like I have shown Maya kindness that no other person could ever come close to showing her, right? Because that's how bad I wanted her, right? And that was when we were dating. Like when I was trying to get, well, before we were dating, right? When I was trying to get her. So like that doesn't stop. Like, so that same like Google eyes, like, oh, I want you, baby. Like that chase. Like that shouldn't stop. Right. Cause
Nah.
you hear stuff like you should never stop dating your spouse, or like you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. But like it's way deeper than that. Like, how you felt about them, like when you first saw them and you wanted them, like you should always use that to some extent in a marriage, right? That you should make sure that doesn't fade. It should always be there,
Yeah.
right? And it
Right.
should motivate you to show kindness when you don't want to show kindness, to show patience when you don't want to show patience. Like, because that's what I did to get her. Like I remember one time, long story short, she hung up the phone on me when we first started talking on the phone. Like we got in like we never got in an argument really, still to this day, but like, um, she I don't know, it was something she didn't agree with. She just hung up the phone. I called her back so fast, and I said, "Yeah, we don't do that. We're not gonna do that in this relationship." I said we're gonna make sure the sun don't go down, right? And we're mad at each other.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do that? Like they
Mm.
let the sun go down with them mad at each other. That's such good relationship advice, like from the Bible for marriage. Like you don't let things just fester and get worse. You don't let time
Yeah.
go by and you just don't talk and communicate and handle business. Like marriage is a ministry. We got work to do. Like, and what's the work? Loving each other, like being there for each other, supporting each other, like quality time. Like that's what I was going at. Like, what does love is time mean in marriage? Like, bro, like quality time. Can
Mm.
you imagine being married to somebody? And some people have this. This is awful. I cannot imagine this. Being married to somebody and they're never home. Like they're just somewhere.
Mm.
You don't even know where they are. They can't even communicate where they are, and they
Mm.
never do. Like that's not a marriage. Are we talking? They come when they
A
want to come.
marriage you don't take serious.
Right, like,
Mm.
and that's what I'm saying, like, that's what's kind about that, like, kinda like I was saying, kindness is a little thing, but it's a big thing, like, and it's honestly, it could be the biggest thing that dictates if you should even be in a relationship or not. Like, I could not you guys ask you guys, answer this question, like, could you be in a relationship with somebody that's not kind to you? And, like, yeah, our spouses, I can't say that Maya has ever not been kind to me. You know what I mean? Like Maya has always been kind to me to some extent, even when she was frustrated. So like just for her not to show kindness, like that's a total different character of a totally different person than Maya. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
somebody like that. I mean, but maybe if the relationship got bad, then it could get like that. But you guys see what I'm saying, like, but
Yeah.
You know how you and Lord, what you just said is how you talk to a person. Because so many times where I see people, they say they love each other but talk to each other nasty and negative. you
Right.
know if I talk to my spouse, I want my wife to tell me back in a kind voice that she loves me, in a
yeah,
kind way. I want her to you know um massage my feelings with her voice, not with a just mean and nasty. Nah. Put some love in that voice when you talk to them, or talk to me,
Mm.
and I mean, because at that point, but you don't love me no more or something. You start getting that feeling that you don't love them because she stopped talking kind to you. You know? Mm, yeah, I'm gonna pitch it back off to y'all.
Mm.
yeah. Justin, you got anything?
Uh, no, I think I got.
I kind of said it like, what is the question of the day, guys? Is what, and we'll just finish off the video with this. What does love is kind mean in practical terms in marriage? Another thing it means is this. I said it throughout the video, but like validating feelings. So like just being considerate of how your spouse feels is showing kindness. So let's talk about the polar opposite of that. Like just acting like your feelings is the only feelings and the only truth that's in a relationship. Like that's not being kind, like to your spouse. Like, and that's not going to create a relationship or a marriage that's going to thrive, right? If you dictate the atmosphere, if you dictate, what's going on through your head in the marriage, right? And your spouse has to bow down to what you think. Like everybody feels different in different situations, so you can't operate like that in a marriage. Like, go ahead, Justin.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, like that goes back to like being unequally yoked as well. Like, if you
Mhm.
want to be equally
Yeah,
yoked, both of you need to have like the same. I don't know, the same platform. I guess I'll circle back to what Mel was talking about. It's like you don't want the a good woman behind you. Like, what do they say for like if God wanted her to be under the man, he would have used the bone from the foot. If he wanted her
yeah,
to be above the man, he would have used a bone from the head, but no, he used a bone from the ribs so they could be side by side. So same thing
yeah.
in the marriage. Even though the Bible has called the men to be kind of a spiritual leader of the household, it really emphasizes that the woman has just as big of a part in the household as the man. Like there's so much. I'd argue there's actually more scripture. I wish I'd looked it up ahead of time. There's more scripture in the Bible that talks about what a good woman is like than what a good man is like. Probably because like it's very rare to find like a good woman. It's like very hard to um exemplify those qualities, but it talks about um how like how like a haughty woman or a mysterious woman could lead you down the wrong path, but like how a good woman is like a crown for the man. It's just
Yeah.
like the woman is like, yeah, it's I agree with what both of you have been saying like during the second half of this video, is that you don't want to like put your woman down at all. You don't want to like lord over them with like, oh, I'm the spiritual leader of the household. You both take on different roles, but they're both very equal.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes that's why I feel like in a marriage, sometimes when you arguing, it's best just to be quiet.
yeah,
Even if you're right and she wrong, it's best be quiet because sometimes that quietness is louder than what she's saying. That quietness is saying, okay, hey, but it keeps the it keeps the tension down.
Mm, yeah, absolutely.
Um, and I learned last couple of years ago. Me and my wife was arguing one day, and we was discussing something, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, well, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was sitting there and she actually got mad. And she said, wait a minute. And so she went and looked it up and saw I was right. And so she came back and was like, yeah, you right, you right.
Mm.
So sometimes it's best just not even say nothing,
Right.
Yeah.
you know. And then the Bible also says, was it slow to was it
Yeah, be
slow
slow
to
to anger.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Slow
that's
to
it.
anger, slow to
That's it.
speak.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah.
Yeah, that's so
When
important.
you love somebody like that, when you love your spouse, when you love your wife, and you know, because as men, we got wives. When you love your wife, don't be so quick to be mad at her.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, and that go so far, so long. You know, that takes you a long way. What I mean to say, you know, when she did something wrong, you know, you close your eyes, take a nice sign, be like, oh, that's okay,
Yeah.
because ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
Ain't nobody perfect, and can't nobody come at the marriage like they are perfect, because that's gonna ruin the marriage. So you know, just like you make mistakes, she makes mistakes. So you can't be ready to chop her head off because she burned the steak. You
Mm.
can't be ready to chop her head off because she forgot to pay a bill. You know, one last time you forgot to do this, that, and the other.
Right.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
in the Bible, it says that God look at sin every way on every level. So no matter if I tell a lie or if I murder somebody, it's still a sin. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the same way when in a marriage, you know, if I forgot to pay a bill or she forgot to pick up a steak or burn a steak, hey, I messed up, she messed up. But you can't look at, well, I didn't do this and you did that. Nah, that's gonna make the marriage, it's gonna put strain on your marriage even more.
Mhm.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, and that goes back to the intention of like communication too. We were talking about. It's like why, like yeah, what Mel was talking about. Like, ask yourself, why are you bringing something up? Like, why are you speaking out? Is it to like win an argument? Sometimes you can like win the argument but lose the marriage. Like, or like
Yeah,
like better terms, like win the battle, lose the war.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And it's like yeah, and I think a lot of times we just like to be right. Yeah, that's right. Like we'll speak up because we want to be right. Not
Uh-huh.
because like we feel like, oh, I'm helping my spouse understand. It's like, no, it's because we want to be right. And but like man, yeah, I felt like we were talking about this last video as well. Like sometimes like arguing just like gets you nowhere. Sometimes it just brings up high emotions that are not conducive for a marriage. So sometimes it's best just to like be slow to anger, slow to speak.
yeah.
And like
Amen.
usually I find usually not in the short, like it doesn't solve itself in the short term. But as Mel was saying, like he was a little patient, so his wife eventually found out, yeah, this was right. I found like sometimes if I just let things play out, the right solution
Yeah,
kind of comes out in the long term as well. And it's
Mhm.
like that's the main thing. It's like, do you want to like win the argument, or are you trying to like build up your relationship or encourage your relationship? And what was it? I feel like there's a verse that kind of speaks to that. It's like, oh man, I wish I remembered now. Like knowledge puffs up. Like
Mhm.
knowledge puffs up. What builds up? I forgot what
But
that is.
love edifies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. But love edifies. Same
Right.
thing. It's like if you sometimes you do things just because you want to puff yourself up. But no, you're trying to build you and your wife up together. So I think choosing our battles, choosing our words are
yeah,
like super important. Just like backing off and like asking yourself, why am I bringing this up?
Hmm. Yeah, man, we in a lot, bro.
yeah.
Like just
Amen.
taking
That's right.
accountability. Like that's the biggest thing. That's love.
Mm.
That's being
Oh
kind.
yeah,
Like
accountability.
taking
That's good.
ownership of your own flaws. Like that's what I'm hearing from both of y'all too. Like how many people are in a relationship and they don't take responsibility or ownership of like what they did wrong in a relationship. And if we're
Mm.
all being honest, like everybody fails in a marriage or in
Right.
a relationship in some kind of way. Like
Yeah.
you're not meeting the standard in every single area when it comes to marriage because you're not Jesus and you're not God.
I
And that's
think
the
God
whole
is
point.
like
Yeah.
when I've gotten upset with my
Yeah.
wife. over something. I'm pretty sure God. I mess up on the exact same thing 2 days later, and I'm pretty positive God did that so He could humble me.
Right. And that's the whole point. Like when I think about, I'm glad you said that,
Yeah.
Melvin. Like when I think about like, and I come from Maya, like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm about to come from Maya, like because she fell in some kind of way. I'm feeling in some kind of way in the exact same way, but in a different way, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I have
that's
no
right.
right to judge. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
because we're both failing, but we're both trying, right? And so that's where kindness comes into play. So like,
Yeah.
you be kind to them because you want them to be kind to you back.
Yeah.
Like that's it's that simple. Like you show grace because you want grace to be shown back to you too. And that's the whole point of marriage. Like,
Amen.
you know, it's that dichotomy going on. But then also too, I want to say just encouragement. I want to give this visualization. Like, how many people encourage your spouse, right, in marriage? Right? That is showing kindness. Because you know in life, life's gonna beat you down. Life's gonna try to, you know, tear your relationship apart. Like life don't care about you. Like, you know, and so that's why life's so hard.
Right.
Like, but like the whole point of marriage is to help, like Justin just said, build each other up. Like, so we gotta encourage each other. We gotta be there for each other. We gotta, you know, comfort
Yeah.
each other when we both want to be comforted. So if you're married to somebody and you're refusing to do that, what are you married for? That's your
Yeah.
job. Out of everybody on earth, you should be the one comforting your spouse. But especially from a man perspective, or you know, even a wife. Like, let's be honest. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like I feel like as a man, like we just get arrows thrown at us every day, and we come home with all these arrows on us, and our wife is to tend to
Man.
our wounds, take out the arrows. That's your job, right? And
That's
then from a
yeah.
man perspective, like you know, we should be, you know, treating our wife like queens, like praising them, like you know, like really puffing them up, like so much so that no other when a man does it, another man does it, they don't care because they get it so much from
Yeah.
us. That kind of encouragement, that kind of building up. Like we should make them have such a big head, like that they're like, and they hear so much, like what they're gonna hear from everybody else that they don't need to hear from nobody else. Like it means nothing when everybody else say it because we're saying it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, man, it's just
Also,
so much stuff, man. Like, and I want to I'll throw this to Yahweh too. Like, because me and Melvin were talking about it, Justin. But Justin, are you a good gift giver? Like, do you give good gifts to your just in general? But like, like you know, my wife, she's the best gift giver ever. Like
oh, really?
to anybody, but especially to me. You know what I'm saying? So like she just comes through for my birthday, Christmas, whatever. But like I'll tell you one thing, like, and I haven't really done it with her, but I've done it like in small things. But like nothing means more to her than like when I hit her back with the same gift giving. Yeah, because Melvin, his
Mm.
birthday was yesterday, right? And so
Oh,
his
happy
wife,
birthday.
Thanks, man.
happy
I
birthday.
appreciate it.
December 13th, just in case anybody want to give him a gift. All right, so like um
Also, last year your birthday was Friday the 13th. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it was. It
we love
was.
Halloween movies, man. But anyway, yeah, like what Melvin, his wife gives him a gift every day for 13 days, like you know,
Oh,
leading up to his
oh,
birthday.
that's cool.
Yeah, and so you see what I'm saying? Like that's something women think about. Men don't think like that. So like,
Sure
but,
don't.
but showing kindness to your spouse is showing up like that. Like listen, and this is how you do it. You listen to them so much that you know if you gave them this one thing. Like for my wife, I got a in my notes on my iPhone. Long story short, I have like stuff that she told me, little things like her favorite candies is Hershey's white chocolate, or
Mm.
like she just told me today. I need to write it down. Like she loves glazed donuts. Like I never
Oh,
knew that. I love glazed donuts. So like, you know what I'm saying? So like, and I could just surprise. And then she told me too. Uh, she said just going out and doing things. So going bowling, just the experience of just doing things, going skiing, like that means a lot to her, and me
oh,
doing
okay.
it with her. So like just surprising her. Like I told Melvin, if crap ever hits the fan, then I know how to win her back. Just doing stuff like that because I never done it. Like you know what I'm saying? But and that's
Yeah,
showing kindness,
that's
right?
good. Yeah, that's good to keep it posted on that.
Right. But I mean, I shouldn't wait till like you know crap hits the fan. I should just do it. You know, just surprising her for her birthday. You know what I'm saying? But like that's
Mm.
what I'm saying. Like that's
Yeah.
showing love is kind in a marriage. But you guys are good with that question. Y'all said everything y'all wanted to say.
Yeah, I think so.
What about you, Mel?
Um, it was something I wanted to hit on what you had said. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. You see
I
some
do
red
want to
at all
Yeah.
say, like,
while you're
oh,
driving?
maybe one caveat. Maybe you don't want to pull out the big guns when crap hits the fan, though,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
usually it might be too late at that point, though.
yeah.
You, I do love though what you were saying. Sorry, I said I didn't have much, but I do. No, not yet. I'm not done. But she's ready to be done.
Right.
Um, but um, but like I do like what you're saying. Like, baby, you're making me lose my chance. Oh man, now I forgot.
Yeah. That's what happened. You got your kid right
No, but I do like how it's like you're just encouraging one another because like there are multiple reasons why that's a great idea. One of them is because like humans and especially women are prone to like remember the negative stuff people
there.
say about them like
Hmm.
constantly. So you constantly need to be encouraging them to build them up. Like that should be like a daily occurrence. I really think women biologically need it
Yeah.
more, need it more. But also it's because Sean, you were saying like ah, Sean, you were saying like my like the words that you give to Maya like they hit harder. So like any of our words are going to be like a little like have more impact. So we need to encourage her more and more. But yeah, I feel like there's
Yeah.
multiple reasons why we need to like build up our spouse, like Sean was saying.
Yeah. Man, I love
Yeah,
how you
so
said that.
I just wanted to reiterate what you were saying.
Yeah, that's dope. I like how you said that though, because like, first of all, we're married to our spouse for a reason, right? They married us, so like, obviously, anything we do is magnified compared to everybody else in the world,
Mm,
right? And that's from both ends of the spectrum. But like, also too, I was just saying, like, in general, my words are powerful, right? So
mm,
when I talk in general, it's powerful, like to
yeah,
anybody. But like with my spouse, like it means everything to her. She hangs on every single word because, like I said, she gives good gifts. So like she's listening, and she listens more than anybody I know, anybody I've ever came across. Right? She listens and hears stuff that nobody else hears. So like as a man, like that's what I got to do too. I got to pay back that love, right? Reciprocate it, right? And that's another thing too. I want to say
Yeah.
too. If you're not getting that in your marriage, like it starts. The buck starts with you, especially as a man. You set the lead. You set the tone in the marriage. So like, if you want to see something, do it, and then your spouse gonna start mimicking it too. It should work like that. I'm not. It doesn't work like that in every situation. Let's be honest. But if you're in a godly relationship and y'all two love the Lord and y'all serving Him, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like so, men, you set the tone.
Amen.
So, all right, you
yeah.
guys good?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, this
That
is what
was
I was gonna
I
say.
like how you finished that. That's yeah, I think that's like super important for our spouses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna be quiet. I promise.
Okay.
That's why when my wife called me and answered the phone when I call her, or she calls me, my first thing is, "What's up, pretty lady?" Because I want her to understand. If somebody else call her pretty, I don't want her to melt over his words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in lieu of that, what I do is I spoil her. I spoil her. So if something ever happened to me, I want her to remember the things I did for her.
Hmm.
Um, and that's whatever it is. But I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
No, I do. Yeah, I like that. It's sorry, I said I was done too, but I just like
Yeah.
what Mel was saying. It's like we do need to be like the foundation. Sorry, no, that's not right. God should be the foundation. We do want to
Yeah.
be like the pillar of support for our spouses,
Yeah.
and that
There
goes
you
back to
go.
like we need to be like their emotional and romantic needs. Like
Yeah.
they not to say they can't get other emotional needs from like their group of friends because that's actually super important. Like that should not be all on one spouse's shoulder. Like I don't think God would require that burden to be on to have the responsibility of everyone like one person's happiness all on one person's shoulders. They
Yeah.
should have a community
Yeah.
and all. But like for romantic needs or for like things only the spouse should be giving, like only the spouse should be like you need to make sure you're filling up her bank with like those needs. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a we do need to be very conscious about like what she's getting from the community, and then what we need to supply her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Man, this is what
Mm.
I wanted though, man. Both of y'all two talking, so this is good. If I got y'all two talking like that, then it was a success. Yeah.
I
All right. You guys good?
think I'm
Hey
good.
man,
Justin,
I'm good.
do you see Melvin's like what his photo look
Yeah,
like
I
right
was trying to figure out like a. I know he's driving right now, but it looks like a screensaver or something in the
now? Man, it looks
background.
cool. It look like Tron like type
Oh yeah, yeah, it does.
GTA. Yeah. That's
Man,
Fury.
y'all funny, man.
Or he's being
Melvin,
abducted right now. Yeah, something like
I
that.
can't wait till you see the video back, Melvin. You see what your video look like right now.
Oh yeah, I do.
All right, guys.
Man,
We're about to end the video, so thanks for tuning in. All right, so you guys already know the drill. Make sure to support us on all of our platforms that we're on. So uh, here goes my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads. We got a whole lot of videos on here. So this is my 634th video, and if you
wow.
scroll down, you'll
Wow.
see a section titled "Our Podcast," and you'll see Justin's name right here, and you'll see
Hmm.
Melvin's name right here,
Nice.
and Terry too, and my wife. Just anybody who do videos here at Upload Past Crossroads. So, me and Melvin, we done this is our 15th video, but Melvin done a lot of TikTok videos. You see his TikTok is right
Mm.
underneath his name, on the video that he's on. Yeah, if you want to see any more videos with me and Melvin talking, all the videos we done together, and his sermons too, check that out. It's his name, Melvin Hart Jr. on Upload Past Crossroads. Also, Justin Lee Howell. Any videos we've done together. This is our 123rd video. And then
Mm.
also with Melvin, I'm gonna post his sermons. So he really got like 22 videos. So I'm gonna post his sermons on TikTok on here too. And then make sure to follow us on Facebook. This is Melvin's Facebook. It's our names, Melvin Hart Jr., Justin Lee Howell. DM us if you got any questions, if you want us to give you relationship advice, if you want us to talk more stuff about love. I know you like this video, so make sure to just go to our social media platforms, hit us up, and let us know what you want us to do, or just comment on this video wherever you're watching from, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and let us know what video you want us to do. Questions you got on the Bible or love, marriage, we got you covered. All right. So I know you
Mhm.
enjoyed our advice we gave, but yeah, we'll see you again soon. All right. You guys have a great one. Peace out. Thanks for watching and tuning in all the way to the end.
Peace.